So I finally found out what's worse than dating a bum ass nigga. It's a nigga who take care of his entire family. And to me, I never thought that that was going to be like a big thing. But I started dating this nigga that take care of his whole family. And I swear it's worse than dating a bum. Like, the nigga is the only person that know how to put up a TV, change a fucking doorknob, grab a remote, flick a light on, pay a bill. He's the only nigga that know how to do anything. And the shit is stressful because it's like everybody calls him, can you do this, can you do that? It's like nobody know how to do anything for anyone. And it's like I can't enjoy my man, my peace, or the things that he wants to give me because he has 1,000,001 responsibilities to give everybody. And I'm not talking about he got a baby mom. He don't got no baby mom. He don't got no kids. I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm talking about you taking care of grandma, brother, sister, auntie, grandpa, everybody under the sun. They call you for favors. Oh, can you do this? Can I borrow 20? Can I borrow 700? Can I borrow? And he just does everything. So bums are not the worst type of niggas to date.
Then why are you still with the guy? Huh, yuck mouth? Why are you still with the guy? What's the purpose of still being with the guy that you're just going to jump on the internet and complain about? Like, that's ridiculous. And then you're going to pretty much say this dude is more trash than a bum? Is worse than a bum? A guy, man, a lot of people rely on, a guy that a lot of family members rely on. Man, what are you talking about here, man? What are you talking about here? It just sounds like you want to be very, very selfish. Sounds like you want to be very, very selfish. And this is how some of your issues start up, because you're gonna have your girlfriend, your wife, or whatever, running her mouth, talking out of pocket, and then you're gonna end up having your family go back and forth with her. And now you gotta have to choose, man, whose side you're gonna take, and it's gonna cause so much issues. It's gonna cause way too much shit. Now, any woman who has respect for your elders, respect for your man's or your partner's family, you're not making no video talking about no stuff like this. Why? Because once again, they obviously can rely on him. I mean, I think that says a lot about who he is as a person. At least he ain't out here on the streets doing something that he's not supposed to. And then you're gonna try to make it seem as if, well, you know, they constantly keep taking up his time. They're not taking up his time that much, man, to the point where it's bothering you that much. It sounds like you're just very needy, very needy. And this is a red flag for that guy. He probably should not even be in a relationship with you. He should not be dealing with you whatsoever. The fact that you can sit here and say this man is worse than a bum, like, come on. You could have just easily came on here and said, man, I just dislike my boyfriend. And then on top of that, it's your boyfriend. I dislike my boyfriend. I dislike the fact that my boyfriend is constantly, quote unquote, that's what she's saying. I would love to hear from his side, but constantly coming over here, constantly going, kicking it with his grandmothers, kicking it with his grandpa, because they constantly need his help. His brothers and sisters constantly need his help. I mean, once again, man, instead of sitting over here trying to pay somebody to come do something, mount a TV, like she said, which, once again, she really didn't give no good example. She really didn't give anything good other than how she feels. Once again, this is a needy chick. That relationship probably not even going to last. I'm going to be honest with you. But then I decided to go onto her TikTok. Now, she does a bunch of fashion stuff for Shein, which ain't really much, but you know, if y'all want to go ahead and go check it out, I mean, once again, the whole page is a red flag if you ask me. The whole page is a red flag. The way she stands is a red flag. The way she is talking is a red flag. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. But she then drops another video pretty much happy that, hey, well, there are a bunch of women who actually agree with me, and I was able to get a bunch of views on this video.
Okay, for starters, thank you guys for blowing this video up. I did not think it was going to reach anybody. I didn't even have any followers on here, and it reached millions of you guys. I wanted to come on here in my natural state the same way I came to y'all last time. This is me naturally. But thank you guys so much for all the love, the follows, the understanding. I got a lot of responses from women who also go through this. My thing was not to say that, like, men are bums. Some of y'all are, you know. I never want to take away from the men who are bums. Like, dating a bum really does suck, and I can only imagine. But I'm just saying, for the women who date men who do everything for everyone, when we come home and our man come home, he's tired, he's drained, he's exhausted. And that was my point. A lot of the women who got it understood, and I appreciate y'all. I love you guys so much. And the men who didn't get it were the people who are men like my boyfriend. They take care of them. They're sleeping in the basement. Their rent is being paid by a man like my boyfriend. My boyfriend is the man taking care of the family, you know? So a lot of men didn't understand it. They were trying to say, oh, he don't want to take care. I don't even know. I don't listen to people who don't understand. But I wanted to respond to the women who do understand and understand, like, this is a hard life. I'm not complaining, and I'm not getting rid of my boyfriend. I love him so much. He's a great guy. And everyone said it a few times, like, he does need to learn boundaries. He is learning boundaries. I don't want him all for myself. I just want him to have something left to give himself. I think that was the point that everybody was missing. I wasn't sitting there saying, I want this and he needs to give me that. I didn't mention anything about that. I mentioned having a man that has something to give himself. Instead of saying no to them, you know, like, do that thing for yourself. If they need you to paint their house this weekend, say no. And then take yourself on a date. Do something for yourself. I'm not saying take me on a date, or I'm not spending his money.
Huh?
I got my own stuff going on. But for the people who do not know me, because this is a new page, hi, my name is Taji. I go by Taj Phoenix professionally. I do fashion. I like fashion.
Once again, selfish. Like I said, man, she's just that's just a selfish being. And then all of the women in the comments are even worse. You are upset because you have a man who has a family that relies on him, that can rely on him. Man, like, that's not, like, your job is just to shut up. And once he come back home, you saying he's tired, you shut up and just allow him to rest. Be his peace. Be his peace. Because once again, you're going to be the same one that asks this man every single time, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And I understand the woman going to say, well, you know, that is your job. Oh yeah. Now all of a sudden that's my job. That's my job as a man, right? Once again, there is no issue. There's no problem with him being able to go out and go help some of his family. There's no issue, right? There's no issue. And like I said, I can understand if it's to the point where he never spend time with her, but I promise you, I guarantee you he spend time with this chick. And I'm pretty sure if we ask him and hear his side of the story, hear his family side of the story, I'm pretty sure they will tell you, bro, this bitch, she batshit crazy. She is batshit crazy. And you can just tell by the video that she made, always dropping the N-word. I mean, come on, man. Like, what are you talking about? And like I said, if his family would see the video like this, now they will have an issue with you. You can't post everything, man. You cannot post everything. Keep it to yourself. Let's look at these comments. So Earthchild commented and says they are holding him back from his own life. Sure. Then somebody else says a mother who is overly obsessed with her son. Then somebody else says they immediately hate the spouse for taking their man. So then somebody else says the moment they say their life goal is to retire their mom, I'm out. You got it. These would be the same woman expecting the same thing from their son. Y'all do understand. Y'all pretty much all y'all women are cut from the same cloth. Y'all are cut from the same cloth. The same mothers they despise are going to be the same mothers that they turn into. Like, it's ridiculous. Then Melanin Sweet responds and says, because the mother, sister, grandmother, none of them have their own man. Ma'am, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all women in the comments don't either. Oh my goodness, man. I tell you, but yeah, once again, they're supposed to be girls. They're supposed to be women or whatever. Yeah, I tell you, man. Then somebody else says, and they look at you as a threat, especially when he starts saying no. Then somebody else responds and says, it's worse. The dad's even in the picture, but they all rely on him. Then last but not least, somebody says, move him across the country. We good, right? So, I mean, once again, these are your women today. These are the women that are in a dating pool. They going to expect so much from you. They're going to say, hey, well, you don't need to be sitting over here dealing with your family as much as you do. All your time needs to be put towards me. But then when you as a man expect them to be a traditional woman, then because it's like, okay, well, you want me to be a traditional man, constantly being around you, creating a family with you, which once again, that's what we need. But are you going to be the woman that I need you to be? Fellas, you make the decisions. At the end of the day in your relationship, you make the decisions. You make the decisions. You know what's right and what's best for you. If your family's asking you for help, then you help them. Period. And once again, I guarantee you, a bunch of men don't want to constantly be around the family all the time. So I bet you, man, if they truly don't, if he really does not want to be around his family, he can simply say, hey, well, look, me and my girl got something planned. Me and my girl doing this. Hey, I got something else planned. Yada, yada, yada. Unless if, he's living with his peoples. I mean, you're talking about a whole different story then. Right? I don't see how you can complain about that if he's living with his peoples. They're always going to ask him for some help. But if they got his own crib and he's constantly going and he's constantly in and out of the house, he's doing his shit. And then they say, hey, well, we need you to come over here. Once again, man, the dude can easily just make up something and say, hey, well, I can't do it this time. Simple. But once again, these women are selfish. And this is why I'll say she's going to find herself being single. I'm just being honest with you. Just being honest with you. But look, guys, y'all let me know down below. What do you guys think about this BS? Do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel.